It is our innate nature to seek out companionship. One could say we are genetically predisposed to need love and affection. Experiments conducted on other primates have demonstrated that when given the choice between food and cuddling, they'll choose the latter every time. So it should come as no surprise that a lot of women over the age of 30 are experiencing an emotional crisis when they struggle on finding the ideal partner that they always dreamed they would settle down with. But it doesn't really need to be that way. A romantic partner is not the ultimate requirement to find that love we all need. Your ideal life, your goals for yourself, your career, don't need to be dictated by society's perception of what true happiness looks like. Based on one, if not the most popular modern love columns of the last decade, Sara Eckel's book It's Not You challenges singledom myths, encouraging singletons to stop dissecting their personalities and to start tapping into their own wisdom about what and who is right for them. Here are the top 7 lessons from the book It's Not You by Sara Eckel. Lesson 1. Take time feeling lonely. One fundamental mistake people often make is assuming that you're the one to blame for being single. That if you can't find a relationship, it's because of some issue that you need to work on. Research shows that compatibility between the couple is the best indicator of a healthy and happy relationship. People who have fixed their personal issues are not more likely to be in a happy relationship than those who haven't. What really matters is that the couple's personalities click, that they're on the same page, and that they're accepting and supportive of each other. You don't have to feel bad as well if you're unhappy by yourself. It's not wrong to feel lonely, and it's also completely fine to feel sad about that loneliness. Lesson 2. Accept that sadness is part of human experience. As they say, the best way to display confidence on a date is to go into it without expectations. But what does that even mean? It means not to go into a date with your hopes up that it will result into a second date or even a relationship. Instead, go into it simply with the goal of having fun. If it leads to something more, then great. If not, at least you still had a good time. But it's not that easy when you're feeling lonely. It's a hard and unpleasant feeling. Might even be the hardest feeling there is. But running from it isn't the best way to deal with that feeling. That doesn't mean to wallow and embrace sadness, but to accept that sadness is a fundamental element of our human existence. So if you feel sad for being single, don't blame your lack of a companion, but rather accept the feeling as part of being alive. Lesson 3. Be confident. A lot of people say that confidence is the most attractive trait, but women who are highly educated, have a high income, and are outwardly confident often report that men feel intimidated by them. A high income may make a man feel emasculated if he believes that the male in a relationship is the one that's supposed to be the breadwinner. Women and men with high amounts of confidence report that potential partners often worry about whether there's still room for them in a confident professional's busy life, or if they'd be needed at all. People naturally want to feel needed. In fact, they need to feel needed. In spite of this, though, Eckel cites research showing that women with degrees from universities and post-grad programs and have higher levels of income are actually more likely to marry. So while confidence can often be intimidating, it certainly doesn't mean acting unconfident is going to help you be more successful in the dating world. Lesson 4. Quit oversharing. A reason why it is a smart move to avoid sharing every relationship issue, every bad date story, is that it conditions you to trust your friend's judgment more than your own. The goal is to be able to be independent and confident, right? You can't do that when you always rely on others. Lesson 5. Do not rush. Know that getting married is not the finish line. Far too many people are much more concerned about getting married than being married. It is okay to want to be single. A lot of women over the age of 30 report feeling the need to look for a relationship even if they don't really want one. A point the author often repeats is to stop focusing on improving yourself and start taking care of yourself. Don't go to the gym or yoga because you're trying to look better. Go because it feels good. Stop trying to make yourself flawless. Instead, try to see how your flaws make you worth loving. Lesson 6. Overcome negative emotions. Don't obsess over the fact that you feel lonely or sad or frustrated. Accept that you feel that way instead of being too hard on yourself for it. It's easy for everything to seem dark and gloomy if you're always sitting with the lights turned off. More often than not, people are bombarded with negative emotions because they tend to follow others' ideas of happiness. And when they can't find that for themselves, they feel lonely, and from that loneliness comes all other negative emotions. Happiness is relative, and realizing this is one way to overcome negative emotions. Lesson 7. Be open to the many types of love. Don't define what happiness and love mean to you based solely on what you see and what you've been taught. You're the only one who gets to choose what it means to love and be loved. In conclusion, Eckel's book It's Not You is a great book that challenges the myths revolving around singledom. It is supported by recent sociological and psychological research as well as interviews with people who have experiences of long-time singledom. Here, Eckel creates an empowering and strong argument to understand and accept that there's no single reason why you're single. You just are. Are you a singleton? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my new content. You can also get a free copy of the audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.